Hello children, welcome to another session. Today we are going to learn the poem Chivi. The word may not be familiar to you, but this is surely familiar to you, because every day we are chivied or we chivi somebody else. This poem is written by Michael. Now what exactly is chivi? Chivi is when we go and pressurize someone to act in a particular way, and we do it in an annoying manner. When you keep on telling a person, like we tell you, your parents or teachers may be telling you, study. When you don't do some work, we keep reminding you, do it again and again and again. So it becomes a bit irritating. So maybe that is. Now when you see this image, you can see a child would like to be free, would like to be happy, but unfortunately he has to get many instructions from everyone, and sometimes he isn't confused. Like you can see here, the child is totally confused. Father is giving instruction, mother is giving instruction. The child sometimes has a doubt, what should I do, what should I not do? So many instructions at so many different times, the child gets confused. Is this right, is that right? Like, probably the child even loses the confidence to do things naturally because the child may be scolded. So let's get to the poem. Don't talk with your mouth full. That's what grown-ups say, isn't it? See, sometimes grown-ups say, why are you talking with your mouth full? When you eat, you see something, you're very excited, you want to share it immediately. Oh, but by the time and so you start talking, and they'll say, don't talk. Actually, there is a reason for that. Then, because if you talk with your mouth full, there's a danger of the food going the wrong way, going to your air passage, and your life may be in danger. Speak up. When they ask you something, at certain times you don't know what to do. You can't say an answer for that. So you just stare at them without making any answers, and then they ask you to speak up. Don't stare. If you see something, you keep staring, you look at them. Oh, what is it? With a lot of interest. Actually, you are doing because of your interest, but it's supposed to be rude to stare. So your parents teach you, don't stare. Then don't point. We have that habit when your children, we point at things because we want people to understand quickly what it is. Maybe we don't know the word for it, whatever it is. So they say don't point. Again, don't pick your nose. If something is there and it may be irritating you a lot, and so you may be picking your nose. But then they tell you don't, you're not supposed to do it, and it's not hygienic. Okay. So many things are there which it comes naturally to us, but our parents tell us not to do it because it's not right. It's socially. Sit up. See, when you all have this tendency, especially you can see the child using the mobile phone, you all sit in such a manner that it's not at all good for your body shape. So they'll say sit up. Less noise. So when you're talking, you're disturbing them. Don't make so much of noise. Shut the door behind you. When you go out to play, you just open the door and run out. Okay, no, don't do that. Shut the door behind you. Don't drag your feet. I think even we tell you all as teachers, don't drag your feet when you walk on the corridor and all. You make so much of noise with your shoes. Haven't you got a hanky? Like if your hands are dirty, you put it, wipe it probably on your dress. If you go cold, you may use your hand to wipe your nose. So we'll ask you, parents will ask you, haven't you got a hanky? Then take your hands out of your pockets. Most people like to put their hands in their pockets and walk because that you feel is a bit stylish, or maybe you see models, you see actors doing that. But it's not, again, socially acceptable for small children to do it, and so your adults may ask you to remove your hands, to take out your hands. Pull your socks up. See, after playing for some time, or maybe you often use it, your socks, it tends to come down and gather around your ankles. Now this is not supposed doesn't look nice, and so they'll tell you, please pull your socks up. This is not the way to put socks. Then when you stand in a very drooping manner, it doesn't look nice. It's not good for you to look at. It's not good for your body. So we may ask you to stand straight. Say thank you. So these are all part of good manners. Goodbye, you're welcome, hello, thank you, please, all these things. Then if your parents are doing some work and you go and ask them something in the middle, or if two adults are speaking and you speak in the middle, they'll ask you not to interrupt. Then you may sometimes think something is very funny, you may laugh a lot at it, or maybe you'll try some tricks which you think are very funny, you feel everyone will laugh when they see them, but maybe they are not in the right mood at that time to enjoy it, or maybe your elder brothers or sisters will say, stop it, you're not at all funny. So this is the other one thing that we have. Then we have this habit of keeping the elbows on the table, then leaning on to it and using it like a mini pillow. So don't do that. and suppose at the end of suppose we have to do something, then they'll say, why don't you do it by yourself? Can't you even decide this much? Make up your mind means decide. Can't you even do this much by yourself? Can't you decide by yourself? So this confuses the child. Now whatever the child has done, he has been said, so it's wrong and wrong. And then one day you say, why can't you do it by yourself? Why do you need somebody else help? So child doesn't know whether the child has to make up his mind or he should not make up his mind, whether he should do something, he should not do something. Now when we speak about all this, that parents do say all these things, adults do say all these things, and it may be annoying probably to the child, but there's something very important there. That is, the child is, why is it that the adult or the parent tells this to the child? So that the child will grow up in a proper manner. Imagine that nobody ever tells you all this, and you grow up with your body stooping, you grow up without any manners, and you have to go out in society and behave, interact with them. Everyone will make fun of you, or maybe they'll set you apart. You may not be accepted, and you will feel, okay, why is it that my parents did not correct me when I was wrong? So it's just a part of your growing up process. It's not that they don't love you, it's because they love you that they're telling you all these things. So here you have your classwork and your homework. Classwork is your question answers. You just have to look at the question answers which are here, write the answers, pause the slide please and write. And you have a homework. It's very, very simple. Like if you the adults are making rules for you, if you were to make adults for rules for adults, what would they be? And you have to make at least 5 such rules. I'm sure that's very easy for you. Think of any 5 rules that you would be like to give to your adults. Hope you all enjoyed the poem. Have a nice day. Bye.